We're asked to calculate a relative risk. For a relative risk, you want to divide the probability of having whatever condition they're talking about divided by the probability of not having the condition. So in this case, the relative risk of being married, risk always has a negative connotation. So the risk of being married for those who have children. This means we're only considering people who have children, so 165. There are 97 people who are married that have children. So that's the probability of being married out of those who have children. And what you want to do to calculate a relative risk is divide the probability of being married for those who have children by the probability of being married for those that do not have children. So the 35 people that are married out of 106 that do not have children. Okay. And that's it. The rest of that's just calculation. You can approximate it with a decimal in the calculator. So the real tricky part is knowing which numbers do I put where, right? And it's focusing very carefully on the language of this last sentence. What is the relative risk? Which is, the whole thing about this video. It's the tough part. Being married for those who have children. Okay. There are 97 out of 165 that are married with children. There are 97 out of 165 people that meet that criteria. And with a relative risk, you divide by the probability of having that married criteria and not being a part of that group. For those that do not, that do not have children over here. Okay, what's the probability of being sick if you're in location A? You compare for the relative risk. You compare that to the probability of being sick in location B, and you divide those two, and that calculates your relative risk. Okay, so relative risk, you got to calculate a probability of the group in question divided by getting that event that you're talking about, being married, in another group, in the not having children group.